All right, we're talking single leg squatting, single leg strength. Serious ways to build strength without a ton of equipment. You're gonna go with your single leg squat or your lunge patterns, all right? I'm gonna show you a progression, in my opinion, of what is the easiest to what is the hardest, all right? So as far as unilateral squatting or lunging, single leg squatting or lunging, we're gonna start in the split stance. And it's a simple split squat, okay? Straight down, straight up. Pretty simple. Some things you can play with on this is how narrow your feet are. So for example, if I drop my leg just straight back, there's a little bit of width in there. If I do these balance beam split squats, right, there's a little element of instability, okay? And actually you might need a little more knee range of motion, which is the next little nuance, right? So we can play with how wide your feet are to create some instability. We can also play with how long of a step you take with this back leg, right? So a big long step is gonna load more this high hip hamstring area, which if that's what you're going for, great. A shorter step is gonna be a little more knee dominant and load a little more of the quad. I think both are really good forms of practice. So I would practice both. Okay, split squat is number one. You can do this with any form of resistance, right? So we can grab our sandbag here very gracefully, and we can do our split squat with the sandbag on the opposite shoulder. All right, just like that. We can do it with the sandbag on the same shoulder, just a little bit of a different stimulus. We can throw the sandbag to our back for a high bar. We can hold it in front. So we got front rack split squat. We got behind the head or high bar split squat. You can also do it medicine ball on the shoulder, same side, all right, opposite side, okay. Dumbbells down by the side. Dumbbells in the front rack, one arm up, both arms up, okay? So a lot of different ways to make that movement a little bit harder, okay? Split squat, number one. Next one is reverse lunge. So it's a step back, knee down. Step back, knee down, right? Same carrying positions. You can hold something in front, you can hold it behind, you can hold it on one shoulder, okay? Reverse lunge is number two. The next one I think is easier is the walking lunge. This is where you're moving forward each time, right? I won't go real far here. Same thing with the split squat. How far you step is going to dictate which muscle group. Are we training more hip? We want to train more knee, right? So big steps train the hips, smaller steps train the knees. All right, so walking lunge is my number three. Number four on the difficulty level is a forward lunge. So it's a step here, but then you have to drive all the way back to the top. Boom. Okay, imagine doing that. Sandbag, forward lunge, drive it all the way back to the top. Boom, great strength exercise, okay? Good way to get sore too. Number five. All right, so now we're gonna combine a couple. We're gonna be on this left leg primarily. We're gonna go forward, all the way to back, all the way to forward, okay? Front to back lunge, that's number five. Boom. So after we're working through the front to back lunge, we got a shrimp squat. I'm gonna roll this stuff out of the way. Okay, so with the shrimp squat, guys, we're gonna start in a split squat stance. We're gonna go straight down, okay? Instead of coming straight up with this back foot on the ground, I'm gonna drop my toe, and I'm gonna think about keeping this foot light while I stand up, okay? I'm gonna try to go back down to that same position, just barely resting that leg on the ground. So there's no push from this back leg. That's version one of the shrimp. Version two is where the foot's up the whole time. All right? Touch the knee, come straight up. These are hard to do with weight, but you can definitely grab some plates if you need to. Number 3 of the shrimp squat is one I'm not very good at, but I'm going to try it. You actually hold your foot. You got to have a ton of mobility to do this. I don't have a ton. Actually did it. Great. See if we can do one more. Whoa. Crash down, straight up. Okay? Shrimp squats. Really, really tough. Really, really good. From there, we're simply going to go to putting our foot up on the couch or on a bench. This is where we can really start loading our young athletes up, right? This is a pretty stable position. Once we've got good at all those other patterns, we can throw some good weight onto this bar and really start training some single leg strength there. Touchdown squats. So you're going to start probably a little bit lower of a box than this, but this is all progressing towards the ultimate single leg squat, okay? I'll do my right leg. So again, start lower, start with 12-inch box or whatever. Actually, let me just do that instead of telling you. Yeah, so to start the touchdown squat, you want to start low, small box, a couple of plates stacked, some books, whatever you got, the edge of a step. Toe's going to be up, heel goes back, tap the other heel. Boom. Butt goes back, knee bends, we tap our heel. Okay? Once we can do 10 or so of those pretty easy, we just start raising the box. We're going to try to go all the way down. We want to barely tap, right back up. All the way down, barely tap, right back up. And we keep going until that front hip crease is just below the knee. So that's pretty deep, all right? That's a pretty tall box. Once you got pretty good at the box touchdowns, we're going to do single leg sit to stand pistols. Pretty simple, right? Sit down, big forward lean, straight up. You can lower the box. Give us a different target. All the way down. Whoa, that's lower than I thought. All the way up. Okay? All right. Once you get comfortable there, the king of the single leg exercises is the pistol. All right, a lot of mobility, some good strength. Pistol squat is the king of the single leg. Work through those progressions, get your kids doing all of them. They'll be set up for some good, strong squatting patterns. We'll holler at you next time.